Think they heard us?
Good. I can't believe we're still out here at night.
Look, I told you I was sorry. I lost track.
Let's hope it doesn't get us killed.
We just need to be careful. We move when they fight. They'll be too busy killing each other to notice us heading back to the camp.
I don't understand why they even want to fight for this place. Two-Face ends up owning that bit of street. So what? He's still stuck in here.
Welcome back to the Arkham City playthrough. Let's scare these guys because they have no peripheral vision.
Jeez. You're the last person I expected to see in here. What did you do?
You don't want to know. Who are you?
Who was I, you mean? In here, you're nothing. Out there, I worked at the company handling security for this place.
Yeah, me too.
Don't tell me. You were sent here by Strange.
Yeah, that evil son of a bitch. What the hell did I do wrong?
You obviously know something you shouldn't. Try to figure out what that is and stay out of sight.
As it turns out, Arkham City isn't completely filled with Gotham's most wanted. There are some people who wronged Strange in some strange, no pun intended, way.
That door's shut, man. I don't want to go head-to-head with Batman.
You didn't say it was Batman. Why the hell are we still here? We should run or something.
You think? Don't be stupid. If you keep that door closed, he can't get out, and we are safe.
Really? What's stopping him going out the back?
There's a back?
Yeah.
The reason why this game is one of the best of all time is because of the banner between the inmates. There's a back? Why yes, dip-ass. There's a back. You can also escape through the upstairs balcony of the courthouse, and the thugs are none the wiser. Well, that arm's gonna be useless for 3 weeks. As a part of the Riddler's challenges, you'll have a bunch of neat requirements like throw batarangs, or push a guy down, or watch the 2003 Catwoman movie. No, I'm kidding. Some of the combat challenges are just super easy. There's no real challenge in the Riddler challenges in the campaign, at least. Now if we're talking about the Riddler side mode, that's a bitch. And so am I. Ground takedowns are back from Asylum. You press R2 and triangle together to hop onto a thug that's on the floor to instantly knock them out. Now be careful though, you have to time this just right because it may be a useful attack, but the other inmates won't just patiently stand around when you do this move. It was kind of like that in Arkham Asylum too. Whenever you do the ground takedown move, you gotta time it right. Or at least do it to the last goon in the room, because there will be that one guy that decides, oh hey, Batman can't defend himself. Let me just kick him in the face right quick.
It's like 10 below out here, and Harley left us outside to freeze to death. Crazy bitch. Bet she's nice and warm in there.
Take it easy, man. I'm just asking. Who was that lady? The one who got dragged off?
No idea. Just one of the losers from the church. Bunch of do-gooders if you ask me. Hope the Joker hurts her bad.
Camera down in Sector 2.
Even after months of being incarcerated, Joker still manages to be the most dangerous criminal in Gotham.
What? That Harley used to be a dude?
Nah, the one's about the Joker dying.
No idea, man, but he didn't look too good last time I saw him.
When was that? I ain't seen him for months.
Me neither. Way I see it, if Big J dies, this place becomes an all-out war zone. If that happens, I'm joining up with Penguin.
That guy was a bit unlucky. The version of Arkham City that I played for the playthrough is the PS4 Return to Arkham. It's alright, the game looks a bit better than the PS3 original due to the dynamic lighting, but there's a bit of choppiness going on. More specifically when I start to glide in the air. Now trust me, this isn't my recording device, I already checked. Anyway, if you want to get your special takedown move a lot sooner, get the special combo boost. You'll get your extra abilities at ×5 multiplier instead of ×8. Fuck you, Timmy Turner! Oh, it's Harley Quinn.
Let the lady go, Bat Freak, or these people all get a bullet in their heads.
I think you should do what he says. It would be a shame to get blood all over my nice new outfit. What do you think, Batbrain? Like it? What am I saying? Of course you do. Who wouldn't? So anyway, here's the deal. Mr. J is really not up to a visit right now. He's not feeling himself. Well, actually, he was earlier, but that's not what I meant. He's not doing so good, and that idiot doctor I sent from here didn't help. I've seen more smarts from these bozos. I've gotta run, boys. If he tries anything funny, kill him!
Good seeing Harley again, but I strangely don't like the outfit she has in this game. Batman will monologue to the player about the basics of stealth in this game, and there's a ridiculous amount of ways to take down people as the Batman. Not so much as Catwoman, but that's way further along the road. I can't talk today.
They don't know where I am. Good. Let's keep it that way. Time to survey the room. Plan out my tactics. 4 thugs, all armed. 2 hostages. This is gonna be easy.
Yes, it's like I haven't played Arkham Asylum before. Which is actually kind of true. This was the first Arkham game that I played. It's definitely not the first Batman game I've ever played though, but we're kind of splitting hairs on whether or not Batman Returns on the SNES is considered an Arkham game, which it isn't, so there we go. Speaking of the Arkham games, the first 2 games, some of my favorite games of all time. The latter 2 Arkham games I'm not too familiar with. I've played Origins and I liked it, but not on the same level as Asylum and City. And as for Night, I have the case right next to me, I just haven't really touched it since 2017. It's a really weird experience if you ask me. The stealth section is a tutorial. There's no real way to die in here, unless if you try really hard to screw up somehow. Please don't try hard to screw up, by the way. The inverted takedown is probably the most situational move in the Predator sections. You just wait above a thug and then you choke him out. It's kind of useless.
Yo, Batman, thanks for the help.
Ah, that's a familiar voice. That's right, Aaron Cash is back. Now that I saved the medical stuff, I might get more info as to what's going on in this crazy town. I'm gonna start by talking to Ann Bishop.
Is she going to be alright?
I think so. She got hit in the head pretty hard when Harley Quinn came in. We should get a squad together. Hit back.
There's too many of them, officer. Stay here with the wounded.
Lie still. You'll be okay.
We're only here to help these people.
Harley Quinn burst in with
These animals will pay.
I don't remember. Are we safe now?
What the hell made that woman come in here and do all this? Why kill us?
Quinn's only priority is to protect Joker. She's dangerous.
So I see. Well, thanks, Batman. It's funny. I figured people would be grateful to have us here. I guess I was wrong.
What happened to this prisoner?
He's not a prisoner. He's a doctor.
Was he attacked?
No. It's terrible, really. He transferred here, but I think it was too much for him. We didn't realize he was losing it. And we should have noticed.
Noticed what?
He was stealing supplies. Anesthetics, mostly. He used them when he cut his own face off. I found him. He was sitting in the corner, laughing. His face was missing. I wrapped him up and sedated him. Who knows what's in that case he's holding on to? We couldn't pry it loose.
Could that be... missing face? I don't know.
Are you all right?
I am. Well, this poor guy got hurt pretty bad when that crazy woman attacked. This whole place is a melting pot of gangs and violence. If you don't fit in, you tend not to last too long.
Thank God you got here, Batman.
After what happened at the asylum, I thought you'd settle for a quiet desk job.
Yeah, right. When Shark closed down the asylum, it turned out there wasn't much work for an ex-security guard who failed to stop a mass breakout. This is the only work I can get.
What happened back there wasn't your fault, Cash. What was Harley Quinn doing here?
That crazy bitch busted in a couple of hours ago with the rest of these idiots. Took something up the tower, then blew up the staircase.
Thanks. I'll check it out.
Wait, sorry, Batman, I forgot. Couple of them grabbed one of the docks. Quinn said something about needing her to fix up the Joker.
If she's alive, I'll find her. You concentrate on securing this church. It should keep you all safe.
Will do. Hope you find the doc. Her name's Stacy Baker. She's one of the good ones.
I can't believe Sharp let this place get so out of control. How did Strange get so much power? I never heard of him before he took over.
To the top of the cathedral. This may or may not be the same church from the 1989 film, but then again, comic book universes never make sense if you really put them next to each other. As with Gotham, it's a fictional city set in New Jersey, but according to The Dark Knight, Gotham is apparently Chicago. Chicago is nowhere near New Jersey. Anyways, the Batman is getting closer to the Joker. The load times are quick at least. That is something that the PS4 version is better than the original at.
There's the gun. It looks like it's being controlled remotely by Joker.
Joker is the type of guy who will kill a fly with a machine gun.
Well, look who it is. I haven't seen you for... How long has it been? Let's see. There was an asylum, some monsters, and oh, that's right. You left me to die. Now, you probably don't remember it that way, but who cares? You just need to worry about the bombs. Hurry up now. Clock's ticking. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you soon, bats. What are you waiting for? We both know how this is going to turn out. You're going to come and find me. You can't stop yourself, can you? Sometimes I wonder if all this will just end with one of us looking down at the other's corpse, trying to work out what to do next. The only question is, whose body will it be? I know who I'm rooting for. What about you? Now get out of there now, or you'll ruin everything.
The good Lord above is going to be pissed at Joker for that one, if he isn't already pissed.
Signal used to remotely control the sniper rifle. Joker's behind this.
Was there ever any doubt?
The radio signal should lead me right to him.
Next up on the list, follow Joker's radio transmissions. This is also the point in the game where a few side quests open up, and I think the side quests in this game are pretty fun. Rocksteady did a good job with putting the side quests parallel with the main story. For the most part, there's still the Riddler trophies and Deadshot, which takes for freaking ever. The Tiger helicopters will occasionally spot Batman. They won't do anything. The pilot will just comment on whatever Batman is doing at the time. Wow, Riddler, I wonder why you always lose to Batman. Actually, I shouldn't get cocky. Some of these trophies are a pain to get. It gets worse in Origins, and from what I've seen on YouTube, in Arkham Knight, you need to finish the Riddler stuff if you want to 100% the game. And that's probably one reason why I stopped playing Arkham Knight altogether. 100%ing a game that size and unlocking the true ending, yeah, I don't have time for that. Anyway, you got these Tiger surveillance cameras which aren't relevant to anything other than the Riddler challenges. There are 48 CCTV cameras in total, 12 cameras to 4 sectors each. And there is a mainframe that will show you where all of the cameras are at. That is if you can find it and hack into it.
Tiger 5 to command. We have a visual on a
distress flare on a rooftop in the East Arkham district. How should we proceed?
Ignore it. Most likely Mr. Wayne is attempting to contact his people. It won't do him any good. He will die in Arkham City.
I'm going to start this side story. It's more or less continuing the after credit stinger from the previous game. If you played Arkham Asylum to the end, you'll get one of 3 characters rising from Gotham Bay, and they'll grab a Titan container and that's it. Cut to black. It's either Bane, Scarecrow, or Killer Croc. Bane grabbing the container in the ocean is apparently canon, so that's what we're going off of here. Holy beatdown, Batman, you just snapped that guy's bicep in half. That's better than burning him alive. What even is Batman Returns? That is just such a strange movie. I'll be sure to go into my opinions of all the Batman movies eventually, but I'll say it right now. Not that big a fan of Batman Returns. Still better than Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, though. Hell, anything is better than Batman and Robin at this point. I almost feel bad for that guy. Almost. Anyway, let's see why Bane set off that emergency flare. It's kind of weird how Bane is still in his inmate outfit, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
Surprised to see me, Batman?
A little. Last time I saw you, you were wrapped around the hood of my car.
You knew it would not kill me.
I wasn't trying to. I'm in no mood for a fight. What are you doing here?
Dr. Young's Titan formula. The Payaso managed to send some off Arkham Island before you stopped him.
How much more did Joker manage to get off the island?
Too much. That is why I am here. I will not allow the basura of this city to abuse the Titan. Dr. Young used me to create it. It is my duty to destroy what remains.
I'll help you, but understand this. If you try anything, I'm taking you down too. We find Titan containers, we destroy them. Deal?
Of course. Each container has a radio beacon built in. There were 12 containers left in this city. We take 6 each, then we meet back here.
6 each? Fine. Today isn't a good day to lie to me, Bane. Remember that.
Alright, the first optional side mission is to destroy 6 Titan canisters scattered throughout Arkham City. This is quick and simple. You can actually destroy a decent amount of Titan containers before the next story beat. If you can't get to the Titan containers, then don't worry. The plot literally takes you in such a way where the Titan containers are just right there. So there's no real problem with that. You don't have to go too far off your way. My next stop is the Augmented Reality Training Course. Not only does it teach the player the new gliding mechanics, but the player will also get a new enhancement for the grapple gun.
What's the bat doing here? We've lost a camera in Sector 3.
Those criminals should be glad I took out that surveillance camera. You'll find a bunch of question marks around the city that are only visible through the detective mode. I'm not sure if you need to scan those as well as collect all 400 of the Riddler trophies in order to catch the Riddler. I think it's just you need to collect the Riddler trophies and find them to finish the quest. It's a good thing this game doesn't tie the best ending to the Riddler trophies. Arkham Knight. Yeah, one job! I need to play Arkham Knight again and find some way to not get bored halfway through the game. That's what happened. It was all the damn Batmobile parts. Anyway, here's the augmented reality trainings. The first 4 AR trainings are easy for the most part. The final 4 trainings are hard, but you don't have to do those. You only need to do these first 4 for the grapple boost. Even in year 9 or 10 of being Batman, Bruce still needs to learn how to truly become the Batman. I assume this version of Bruce is pushing 40, so it's been quite some time. I know Arkham Origins takes place in year 2 of Batman being active, which would make Bruce 26 or 27 at the time. Some continuities has Bruce being Batman all the way up to his 60s. Talk about badassery. Age won't stop Bruce from cleaning up the streets. You could argue that Superman and Wonder Woman's age won't stop those two either, but one of them's an alien and the other one's a demigoddess. Bruce is just a human. All he can do is train his body and mind to become as perfect as humanly possible. And it turns out that that very human character can beat the alien and the Amazonian. Multiple times, in fact. You may say that Batman's a bit overpowered. I will say he is on certain occasions, but that's really just the writer not knowing the limitations of Batman and making him just an omnipotent presence. It gets ridiculous in some comic books. Here's the next AR training, which is right next to the one I just completed.
Augmented reality training activated.
I know what you guys are thinking.
The gliding in this game is completely revamped from the first game's very basic way you glide from place to place. You can now dive bomb for the ground, and if you pull up from the dive bomb, you'll gain a lot of altitude, staying in the air for a longer period of time. Rocksteady, and WB Montreal's because they made Origins, would further improve the glide for the next 2 games in the tetralogy. Every Arkham game, and that includes Arkham Knight, even though I barely remember it, for the most part, they're freaking brilliant games. I think some of that was due to the Christopher Nolan films being released around the same time, and the fact that these games have such a wide appeal. You don't even have to be a Batman fan to love Batman Arkham City or Batman Arkham Asylum. They're just really good games. And in terms of superhero games, quite honestly, these are the best. There's no other comparison. In the DC universe, that is. There are other good Batman games. You got the NES games from Sunsoft. You got Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo. The Adventures of Batman Robin's another good one. But you also got other games that are not so good, like Batman and Robin on the PS1, or Batman Forever. Just Batman Forever.
Did I forget to pack something?
No, Alfred. I think I need the grapnel boost.
But Mr. Fox told you it's not yet ready for field deployment. It's still in the prototype stage.
I've done enough training. I'm ready.
I think we're past the point of Batman Forever and, just really, really horrendous superhero games. I think at the very least we're going to get some really good superhero games or mildly mediocre but still good enough to play superhero games instead of really trash ones. But no, seriously, Batman Forever sucked. Who makes the grapple button the select button, which you need in order to beat the game? What? And if I'm not mistaken, I think Batman Forever was from Acclaim, which they did Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety. 2 really good Spider-Man games, so I don't know why they fudged up on Batman. Well, at least their track records for video games are better than Superman's still. Oh my god. Superman is just really, really unlucky with video games. Okay, name a good Superman game. The one on NES? Nope. The one on Genesis? Really, really good soundtrack, but the gameplay is just not that great. Death and Return of Superman from Sunsoft. It's just a standard beat 'em up. It's okay, but I can't really... I don't know, it's just boring after a while. And then what? Superman 64? Greatest game ever made, said nobody ever. Superman Returns, based off the 2006 movie, I never played it actually. But I'm really skeptical about Superman games, so I probably won't touch it anyway. Harley Quinn, voiced by Tara Strong in her first performance as the character. This is honestly not Tara's best Harley Quinn. She does get better in Arkham Knight and the Injustice games. Tara's voice for Harley Quinn, at least in Arkham City, comes across as not really that confident, which may be the point because of the story, but I don't know. This is definitely not Tara's strongest performance. No pun intended. She's still a good Raven though. Anyway, the radio transmission will come from this tower. This is where Bats pulls his inner Mission Impossible.
Gas masks? So, let's get this straight. You geniuses think that the best way in is to build a boat, sail across a boiling ocean wearing gas masks to stop us getting killed. Yeah, let's do it.
What the fuck? These guys are special. That conversation becomes a gameplay mechanic later on. I am not kidding.
Steel mill.
Have you tried the front door, sir?
Why didn't I think of that?
It was obviously too easy. Let's see. If all the other access routes are locked down, the only way in would be... No, it's suicide.
The main chimney. Okay then.
Alright, commencing Operation Bat Boil. Fuck you, balloons. Batman's going to talk to Joker in Part 3.